The origins of writing, Mesopotamia's quiet story of Cuneiform. Welcome. Tonight, we embark on a gentle journey, one that stretches back thousands of years, to a time when people were just beginning to discover the power of the written word. As you settle in and relax, let this story fill you with calm and let your thoughts drift like the soft breeze on an ancient river. Close your eyes and imagine a quiet land, Mesopotamia, where two great rivers, the Tigris and Euphrates, flowed gently through the plains. This peaceful place, often called the cradle of civilization, was home to one of humanity's most profound discoveries, writing. And tonight, we'll explore how it all began. Chapter 1. The Birth of Writing. Picture a peaceful village in ancient Mesopotamia, where the warm sun sets over the clay brick houses. In one of these homes, a scribe sits at a small table made of smooth stone. In front of him is a soft, wet clay tablet. As the scribe picks up a reed stylus, he presses it gently onto the clay, making tiny wedge-shaped marks. These simple impressions, lines, curves, and dots, are what we now call cuneiform, the earliest known writing system. Take a moment to imagine the quiet rhythm of his hands, the steady tapping of the reed against the clay. Each mark is made with care and precision, yet it is peaceful, like the soft rustling of leaves in the wind. In these quiet moments, something magical is happening. Words and ideas are being captured for the very first time. These ancient symbols tell stories of trade, of kings and gods, of people's lives and their dreams. It is hard to imagine a time when writing didn't exist, but before cuneiform, ideas and memories were passed down through word of mouth, through song and stories. Now, with these soft strokes on clay, Mesopotamia was giving birth to something that would change the world forever. Let your mind rest here for a moment on the simplicity and beauty of the written word as it first began. Writing, born from the quiet hands in a quiet world. Chapter 2. Writing as a tool of connection and memory. As we move through the story, imagine the village growing larger. Picture bustling marketplaces with traders from distant lands, bringing goods and stories from far-off places. With the growth of trade came the need for record keeping, a way to remember who had sold what to whom and for how much. Writing became the tool for this, a way to track goods, manage the affairs of temples and palaces, and organize the flow of life. But it wasn't just about business, it was about preserving stories. Stories of love, of journeys, of dreams. Imagine a peaceful evening where a father sits beside his child, reading from a soft clay tablet. The child's eyes grow heavy as they listen to the ancient stories of goods and heroes, their small head resting gently on the father's shoulder. As you listen, let your mind imagine the feeling of connection that writing brought to these early people. The quiet joy of knowing that their stories could live on, even when their voices fell silent. Cuneiform became more than marks on clay. It became a way for people to hold on to their past, to keep their memories safe. Let this thought settle in you, that writing, though simple, has always been about connection, about keeping the stories of the heart alive, no matter how much time has passed. Chapter 3: The Evolution of Cuneiform, a tool for the world. Now, picture the writing itself evolving. At first, the marks were simple pictures, an ear of wheat to mean wheat, a fish to mean fish. But as time passed, these symbols became more complex, more refined, as scribes discovered they could capture not just objects, but ideas, emotions, and even the sounds of language itself. Imagine sitting with the scribes in their workplace, where the quiet tapping of reeds on clay fills the air. Each new mark was a step towards something greater, a new way of communicating, of making thoughts visible. The scribes weren't rushed. They worked with patience, with calm, knowing that they were shaping something powerful, something that would last. Writing was not loud or flashy, no. It was soft, steady, like the slow carving of a riverbed. And in this stillness, it grew, spreading across the world, carried by traders and explorers. From Mesopotamia, it would eventually touch the hearts and minds of people in Egypt, Greece, and beyond. Let this image calm your thoughts, the gentle spreading of knowledge, carried softly on the wind from one person to the next. across time and space. Chapter 4: Writing's Place in Everyday Life. Imagine, now that the use of writing had spread across Mesopotamia, every village, every temple, every palace has its scribes, men and women who dedicate their lives to the art of cuneiform. Picture them walking through the markets, recording the number of sheep sold, the crops harvested, and the taxes paid. But writing wasn't only for the practical. It was also for the soul. In the temples, priests used writing to record prayers and hymns, quiet conversations with the gods, written down for future generations to read. Writing became a bridge between the mortal and the divine, a soft echo of the human desire to connect with something greater. Let your mind rest here on the idea that writing has always been both practical and profound. It is a tool for organizing the world, but also a tool for understanding it, a way to communicate with others, but also a way to communicate with ourselves. Chapter 5: A Quiet Legacy, the Gift of Writing. As we come to the end of our journey, let's take a moment to reflect on the quiet power of writing. From its humble beginnings in Mesopotamia, it grew into one of humanity's greatest tools. And it all began with a soft mark in clay, made by hands that were calm, patient, and full of hope. Imagine that ancient scribe again, sitting quietly at his table, pressing his stylus into the soft clay. He may not have known it then, but his work was shaping the future, our future. Because without writing, we would not have stories. We would not have history. We would not have connection. As you drift off to sleep, let the thought of those gentle strokes on clay bring you peace. Writing began in silence. In the quiet moments of reflection and thought, it continues to be a soft, steady companion for all of us, helping us make sense of the world and of ourselves. May the gentle story of writing bring you comfort, and may you find rest in the knowledge that even the smallest marks can leave a lasting legacy. Sleep now, knowing that the written word has always been a source of connection, of memory, and of peace. The story of writing is the story of humanity. May you dream of soft, ancient hands crafting the first words in the quiet of the night. The Epic of Gilgamesh, a journey through friendship and immortality. Welcome. As you settle into your comfortable space, I invite you to close your eyes and let your mind wander to a distant time. Thousands of years ago, when the sun warmed the ancient city of Uruk in Mesopotamia. Tonight, we will explore one of the oldest stories ever told, the Epic of Gilgamesh. Let this tale wrap around you like a soft blanket, bringing you comfort and peace as we journey together through friendship, mortality, and the timeless quest for immortality. Chapter 1. The Great City of Uruk. Imagine a bustling city, Uruk, with its tall walls rising majestically against the clear blue sky. The sound of hammers rings out as artisans craft beautiful sculptures, while merchants call out their wares in the vibrant marketplace. Now, as we walk through this ancient city, feel the warmth of the sun on your skin and hear the laughter of children playing in the streets. At the heart of Uruk stands Gilgamesh, a king who is 2/3 divine and 1/3 human. Picture him, tall and strong, with an aura of power and charisma. His people love him, but they also fear him, for his strength is unmatched and his arrogance knows no bounds. He is a man who seeks glory, but his heart feels a restless longing for something deeper. Take a deep breath as you imagine the pulse of this great city and let it resonate with the journey we are about to embark upon. Chapter 2. The Friendship of Gilgamesh and Enkidu. One day, the gods hear the cries of the people of Uruk and decide to send a companion for Gilgamesh, a wild man named Enkidu. Picture the moment they meet. A clash of strength, the power of nature against the might of a king. Enkidu, created from the clay of the earth, has lived among the animals, untouched by civilization. But as they fight, something extraordinary happens. a bond forms between them. They recognize in each other a shared spirit, a deep connection that transcends their differences. Feel the warmth of their friendship grow as they laugh, share stories, and embark on adventures together. In their companionship, Gilgamesh discovers the importance of love and loyalty. This friendship becomes a source of strength, softening his heart and leading him to question the very meaning of life. Let this image of friendship soothe your soul, reminding you that true connections are the greatest treasures we can find. Chapter 3: The Quest for Immortality. However, as all journeys must, this one takes a turn. Enkidu falls ill and dies, leaving Gilgamesh heartbroken and lost. In the stillness of night, under a blanket of stars, Gilgamesh mourns his friend, consumed by grief and fear of his own mortality. Feel the weight of his sorrow, a heavy cloak that drapes over him. It is in this moment of despair that he begins a new quest, the quest for immortality. He travels far and wide, seeking out the immortal flood hero, Unapishtim, who holds the secrets of eternal life. Picture Gilgamesh walking through the desert, his feet sinking into the sand as he faces formidable challenges, driven by the pain of loss. He climbs mountains, crosses oceans, and faces mythical creatures, all in search of answers that elude him. This quest teaches him profound lessons about life and death, revealing the truth that immortality is not found in living forever, but in the legacy we leave behind. Let this realization wash over you, bringing a sense of peace as you understand that each moment we share is precious and that love is our true legacy. Chapter 4: The Wisdom of Unapishtim. At last, Gilgamesh meets Unapishtim, who shares with him the story of the Great Flood, a tale of survival, hope, and the fragility of life. As Unapishtim speaks, feel the wisdom in his words, a gentle reassurance that life is a cycle of beginnings and endings. He tells Gilgamesh, "Oh Gilgamesh, let your belly be full. Enjoy yourself and make merry day and night. Dance and be happy Cherish the little things. Life is short, and you cannot escape its ending. Let this message resonate in your heart. A calming reminder to embrace each day, to find joy in the ordinary, and to cherish the moments that matter. Chapter 5. The Return to Uruk. After his long journey, Gilgamesh returns to Uruk transformed. He realizes that he will never achieve eternal life, but he can create a legacy through his actions and the love he shares. He starts to rule with compassion, building magnificent walls around Uruk, a symbol of his strength and the care for his people. Now, as you visualize this beautiful city, feel the sense of reassurance and hope that fills the air. The legacy of Gilgamesh is not in his quest for immortality, but in the friendships he nurtured, the lessons he learned, and the love he shared. In your own life, may you find peace in knowing that every moment spent with loved ones, every act of kindness leaves a mark on the world that echoes through time. As we conclude our journey through the epic of Gilgamesh, take a deep breath and let the stories of friendship, mortality, and the quest for meaning settle softly in your heart. Remember that just like Gilgamesh, we all face challenges, our losses and our quests. But it is in these moments that we must discover the true essence of life. May your dreams be filled with warmth, friendship, and the quiet understanding that while life may be fleeting, the love we share is everlasting. Sleep well, knowing you are part of a grand story. One that is uniquely yours. Rest now, cradled in the arms of ancient tales, where every word is a whisper of comfort, and every story a gentle reminder of the beauty of our shared journey. Hammurabi's Code, the birth of law in ancient Mesopotamia. Welcome. As you nestle into your cozy space, I invite you to close your eyes and allow your mind to drift back to ancient Mesopotamia, where the sun rose over the fertile plains and the mighty rivers flowed with life. Tonight, we we'll embark on a journey to explore Hammurabi's code, one of the earliest and most comprehensive legal codes ever established. Let this tale envelope you like a gentle embrace, bringing you comfort and insight as we navigate the principles of justice, law, and governance. Chapter 1: The Great King Hammurabi. Imagine a vast kingdom ruled by the wise and just King Hammurabi. Picture him standing tall, draped in regal robes, the sun glinting off his crown as he surveys his people from the heights of Babylon. Hammurabi is not just a king, he is a protector, a father to his citizens who seeks to create a society grounded in order and fairness. Feel the pulse of the city around you. Merchants bartering in the bustling marketplace, children laughing as they play, and farmers tending to their crops. In this vibrant world, Hammurabi understands that without law, chaos reigns. So he sets out on a monumental task to write down the laws that will govern his people, ensuring that justice prevails. Chapter 2: The Stone Tablet. Now, envision Hammurabi standing before a large stone tablet, his hands deftly carving the laws that will define his society. As he chisels each letter, the weight of responsibility settles on his shoulders. He knows that these words will echo through time, shaping the very foundations of justice for generations to come. As you listen, let the sound of chisel against stone resonate in your mind, a calming reminder of the permanence of these laws. Hammurabi inscribes over 280 laws, each designed to address various aspects of life, trade, family, labor, and prosperity. Feel the connection to those who lived in this ancient time, knowing that their lives were intertwined with the principles Hammurabi laid down. Chapter 3: The Principles of Justice. Among these laws, one principle stands out: an eye for an eye. Picture the ancient courtroom, where disputes are settled based on this principle. This phrase, a reflection of the pursuit of balance and fairness. This signifies that punishment should correspond to the offense. Imagine a villager who has wronged another. his heart heavy with regret as he stands before the judge. The code establishes a system where the punishment fits the crime, fostering a sense of order and discouraging revenge. Feel the reassurance in knowing that Hammurabi's intention was to create harmony within his kingdom, ensuring that justice would be administered fairly and without bias. Chapter 4: Social Hierarchies and Gender Roles. As we delve deeper into Hammurabi's code, it's essential to recognize how it reflects the social hierarchies and gender roles of time. Each law is imbued with the values and beliefs of Mesopotamian society. For instance, laws regarding property rights reveal a complex interplay of power. Who could own land? Who had rights to inheritance? And how disputes would be settled. Picture families gathered around the dinner table, discussing their rights and obligations, their lives shaped by the framework of law that Hammurabi has established. The code also delineates the roles of men and women, with distinct laws governing each. Imagine a woman asserting her rights, her voice rising in the marketplace, empowered by the knowledge of the laws that protect her. Let this image soothe you, as it highlights the importance of fairness and justice in every aspect of life, while also acknowledging the complexities of societal structures. Chapter 5: The Legacy of Hammurabi's Code. As our journey comes to a close, reflect on the enduring legacy of Hammurabi's Code. It is more than just a collection of laws. It is a testament to humanity's desire for justice and order. Feel the weight of history as you understand these laws laid the groundwork for future legal systems, influencing civilizations across time and space. The echoes of Hammurabi's words continue to resonate, reminding us of our shared human experience. A quest for fairness, understanding, and peace. In your own life, may you find solace in knowing that the principles of justice are not just ancient ideals, but are woven into the fabric of our modern existence. Embrace the wisdom of the ages, knowing that fairness and compassion can guide our paths. As we conclude our exploration of Hammurabi's code. Take a moment to breathe deeply, allowing the lessons of justice and governance to settle gently in your heart. Know that just as Hammurabi sought to create a world of order, we too have a power to cultivate kindness and understanding in our own lives. Rest well, and may your dreams be filled with the warmth of justice, the strength of fairness, and the hope for a world where every voice is heard and valued. Sleep well, cradled in the embrace of ancient wisdom, knowing that your journey is part of the timeless narrative of humanity. Sleep now, wrapped in the soothing stories of the past, where every word whispers a sense of calm and every lesson serves as a guide for your own path. The Mesopotamian gods and the creation of the world. Imagine a time long, long ago. The world as we know it doesn't yet exist. There are no cities, no people, and no sun in the sky. All that is water. Now close your eyes and feel the stillness, the quiet, and the mystery of this endless ocean. This is where the Mesopotamian story of creation begins. In the swirling chaos of the primordial seas, where the gods are yet to awaken. Chapter 1. The Primordial Gods, Apsu and Tiamat. In this vast, dark ocean, two ancient forces stir. Apsu, the god of fresh waters, and Tiamat, the goddess of the salty seas, rest beneath the surface. They drift silently like two great sleeping dragons, their enormous bodies hidden beneath the waves. Picture them now, lying in the depths, timeless and powerful. Slowly they begin to dream, and from these dreams, other gods are born. First, there's A, wise and clever, followed by Anu, the sky god, and the wind god, and Lil. With each new god, the once still waters begin to ripple and stir, their energy filling the world with life. As you drift deeper into this ancient time, feel the gentle motion of the waves, so calm, so rhythmic. You are surrounded by the vastness of this creation, floating effortlessly as the story unfolds. Chapter 2: The Rise of Marduk. But the gods of the younger generation are restless. Their noise grows louder, disturbing the peace of the old gods. Apsu, tired of their clamor, considers silencing them forever. Yet, before he can act, E, the god of wisdom, steps in and casts a deep sleep over Apsu, stopping him in his tracks. Feel the suspense, but know there is no need to worry. The balance of the world is maintained through wisdom, and soon a new hero emerges. Marduk, born of E, rises with the strength of a storm. Imagine him, a towering figure, golden like the sun, with the wind at his command. The gods plead with Marduk to face Tiamat, who now seeks vengeance for the defeat of Apsu. Marduk agrees, but only if the gods promise to make him king over them all. As the gods gather in council, the decision is made. Marduk will lead them, and peace will be restored. Picture Marduk standing tall, the winds swirling around him as he prepares for the great battle that will bring order to the chaos. Chapter 3: The Cosmic Battle and the Birth of the World. Now, envision the moment when Marduk faces Tiamat. The sky darkens, the winds howl, and the stars seem to fade. In the distance, you can see Tiamat rise from the ocean, her body immense, stretching across the horizon like a living storm. Marduk, with his net of winds and his unshakable courage, confronts her. The battle rages, thunder crashes, lightning strikes, and waves rise as tall as mountains, yet Marduk remains steady. With a final, powerful strike, he defeats Tiamat, splitting her body in two. Imagine the world being formed from her remains. Her body becomes the earth, her ribs the sky, and her tears the rivers that flow through the land. Marduk places the stars in the heavens and sets the moon and the sun on their paths, bringing light and order to the world. As you listen, let these stories fade you into quiet. The world is now formed. It is now calm, peaceful, and full of life. The gods have restored balance, and the earth is ready to welcome humanity. Chapter 4: The Creation of Humanity. From the dust of the earth and the blood of a defeated god, humans are born. Picture them, tiny, fragile, yet filled with potential. The gods watching over their creation instruct them to care for the land and tend to the world that Marduk shaped. Feel the warmth of the sun on your skin as you imagine these first people walking the earth. They build cities, plant crops, and offer prayers to the gods, grateful for their place in the world. The gods, in turn, provide guidance, protection, and blessings. Chapter 5: Rest in the peace of order. Now, as night falls and the world is calm again, the gods rest in their heavenly abodes, watching over the people of Mesopotamia. The stars twinkle softly in the sky, and the rivers flow gently through the land. You too can find peace in this moment, knowing that the world is safe, balanced, and protected by forces greater than us. Drift off to sleep, letting the calm order of this ancient world guide you into a peaceful rest. The gods are watching, and all is well. A day in the life of ancient Mesopotamia. Close your eyes and imagine yourself stepping through time, back thousands of years to the bustling cities of Uruk. The sky above you is bright, the air warm with the promise of a new day. You can hear the faint hum of life, the sound of merchants setting up their stalls, the soft clinking of pottery, and the murmur of voices speaking in a language long forgotten. You are in the heart of one of the greatest cities in the world, Uruk, where kings and gods walk side by side, and the birth of civilization is all around you. Chapter 1. The Streets of Europe. The streets are wide and lined with mud brick houses, each with their doors open to let in the morning breeze. Imagine walking through these streets, your feet kicking up soft dust as you pass by the homes of craftsmen and merchants. Children run and play, their laughter echoing between the walls. In the distance, you can see the grand ziggurat rising high above the city like a mountain. Its steps leading up to the heavens. It's a place of worship, a sacred space where priests offer prayers to the gods. You'll visit it later, but for now, the city is yours to explore. Chapter 2. The bustling marketplace. As you turn a corner, the sounds of the marketplace grow louder. Picture the vivid colors of the stalls, filled with goods from all over the region. Sacks of grain, bundles of wool, and baskets of dates. The scent of fresh bread wafts through the air, mingling with the earthy smell of clay pots and freshly ground spices. Merchants call out to passers-by, offering their wares. You can hear the clinking of silver as trades are made, the rustle of palm leaf baskets being exchanged. Imagine yourself walking through this lively space, surrounded by the energy of a city that never sleeps, but still holds a deep sense of peace. The marketplace is more than a place of trade. It's where stories are shared, where friends meet, and where the heartbeat of Europe can be felt in every conversation. Chapter 3. The Ziggurat and the Temple. The sun climbs higher in the sky, and now it's time to visit the temple. Feel the anticipation as you approach the ziggurat. Its steps are steep, but you take them slowly, one by one, feeling the cool stone beneath your feet. At the top, the temple awaits. Inside, priests light incense, and the sweet, smoky scent fills the air. They chant softly, their voices rising like a gentle breeze, calling upon the gods to bless the city and its people. In this sacred space, time seems to stand still. The worries of the world fall away, and all that remains is the connection between the gods and their people. Feel the calmness wash over you as the chants continue, each word a prayer for peace, protection, and prosperity. Chapter 4. The King's Palace. After visiting the temple, you make your way to the King's Palace. It's a grand structure with tall columns and wide courtyards. Imagine walking through the halls. The cool shade of the palace, a welcome relief from the midday sun. The king, chosen by the gods themselves, oversee the city from here. He governs with wisdom and strength, ensuring that Uruk remains a beacon of order and civilization in a vast, wild world. But even in this great seat of power, there is peace. The king's rule is just, and his people trust him to guide them through the challenges of life. You too can find comfort in knowing that in this city all is as it should be. Chapter 5. Evening in Uruk. As the day winds down, the city of Uruk begins to quiet. The marketplace empties, the temple's incense fades, and families gather around their hearths for the evening meal. The sky turns a soft shade of purple as the sun sets, and the first stars begin to appear. Picture yourself sitting by the river bank, watching as the cool waters flow past. The city hums gently in the background, but here, by the river, there is only the sound of nature. The soft rustling of palm trees, the distant chirp of evening birds, and the quiet lapping of water against the shore. A day in Uruk has now ended, but its peace remains. As you drift into deep sleep, know that just as the people of this ancient city found solace in their gods, their kings, and their land, you too can find peace in the stories of the past.